of the officers. You're okay with that?
All righty, it's time to call the work session for Monday, May the 9th into session. And what we do on these work sessions, for those that haven't been here very much, is that we discuss the things that we're going to be talking about on Thursday night, and no votes are taken tonight. It's purely discussion, and then the votes are made on Thursday night, just so everybody will know where we are. Okay, are we ready to move into the planning and zoning?
We are ready.
You're ready? Chairwoman Linda Dodd.
Thank you, Mayor. Okay, I have 2 items on my agenda for tonight. And the first one is the PUV, Urban Village District. That's what it stands for, Melanie. So I thought I'd throw that out there because you don't like acronyms without knowing what they're about. But anyway, the paper is in your packet. I don't know how many's had a chance to read over it, and it's really very self-explanatory, but I'm going to have Tim do his job and come up and explain it to us. And if you have any questions, you can ask him.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. We're asking for a 180-day moratorium on accepting applications for the PUV district. We're looking at making changes to it, and we want to make sure that, no applications get in before we finish making them changes, so we're asking for this moratorium. If y'all have any questions.
Well, I would assume the 6 months is so we can refine, review, make sure we're right on whatever
Correct.
zoning we put out there for PUV.
Yes, and that would be a max 180 days. It can always be lifted before the 180 days is up.
Right. If the council decides that 90 days is enough, we can end it at the end of 90 days.
Correct.
Okay. Any other questions?
We can also extend that, should we feel a need, right?
Yes, we could.
Okay.
Tim, explain how this will also go through the Planning and Zoning Commission within that
Once-
180 days.
Yeah, once we make changes to the PUV district, then it's just like a rezone. It would be advertised in the paper. It goes before the Planning Commission before it comes back to the City Council for vote.
So in actuality, if someone turned in a plan for tomorrow, for Friday, if they approve this Thursday night, then we would not review it for 60 days, or
No,
6
we would
months.
not accept the application.
Okay. And we've done this on some other occasions when we just wanted to make sure we're absolutely right.
Well, it's to give the city an opportunity to do any code changes they need to make.
Okay? So we'll take that vote on Thursday night. Any other questions for anybody? Okay. Thank you, Tim.
Okay. And then the second one I have is the next page over, and it's the Northeast Georgia Regional Commission. This is a requirement that we have to do. It says this letter is required by the Northeast Georgia Regional Commission for each municipality, acknowledging that we were a part of the Walton County Comprehensive Plan progress and agree to have the plan reviewed by the state. Georgia law requires local governments to complete a comprehensive plan every 10 years and 5 years later on an update to that plan. So is this something that we could put on the consent agenda, Danny? So does anybody have any questions about this?
Just for the record, Tim and both Robbie worked on this with the county, Walton County.
And I believe it's true that if we don't give this to the county, we would not be favorable in some dealings that we might have with them.
Well, it's a requirement
Right.
by the Department of Community Affairs that we do the 10-year plan and then the 5-year update. So this would put us in non-favorable light with the Department of Community Affairs until we get it done. I mean, that's something we have to do.
So it's mandatory?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And this is for the county's 10-year plan, or is this for the city's 10-year plan?
Well, all the cities in Walton County combine with the county. That way we're all on the same timeline. And every 10 years, we do a complete update. And then, every 5 years, we just do minor updates, anything that needs to be changed.
So
So
this
this
is just
is
a
our
letter
5.
saying that we agree to that and we'll be doing what we need
Right,
to do
and
on our
And
end.
it gives the county and the Northeast Georgia Regional Commission the authority to submit our paperwork to the Department of Community Affairs.
Yeah, we've already made some changes with ours, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So this does include our changes with the county. So we use our land use with Walton, not with Gwinnett, in case someone's wondering. All of our stuff goes with Walton, so the majority of the city's in Walton.
And once it's submitted to DCA, they review it make sure it follows their state law. And once they approve it, then it'll come back to y'all for approval, which will probably be June, July. Just depends on how quick DCA approves it.
Okay.
So Mayor, if nobody has an objection, I'd like to put this on the consent agenda for Thursday night.
We okay to do consent agenda?
Yeah, Danny said we,
That's just for you to sign the letter. Is that what it is?
That's fine.
okay. Is everybody okay with that? All right, consent agenda. And Mayor, that is all I have for tonight.
Okay, that's all we have from planning and zoning, so we'll move on to finance, human resources. Chairwoman Ann Hunsinger.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have 2 items on the agenda. One is certainly just a housekeeping item. So you may remember our auditor, Ken Neal, who was formerly of a different firm. He has moved firms to McNair, Macklemore, Middlebrooks and Company. And this is the audit engagement letter for them to do our audit for 2021. Anybody have any questions? Pretty basic. We sign one of these every year.
When I read it, I didn't see where it said anything about price. It didn't, did it?
It doesn't.
Okay, is it gonna be more expensive than before? Do we know?
No, the price is currently set from when y'all approved it last year. We'll pay what's been paid to Clifton will be minus from this, and what's balanced will be paid to this company.
Okay.
We're also gonna send them a letter to Clifton saying, please release any findings to this
Right.
new firm too as well.
And that's in the packet as well,
I
the
believe
release
it was-
request.
Total, 30,000, Amanda? 36,000 is the total budget for this, so we've spent close to 10, about 10,000 already.
So changing the companies will not affect the price.
Correct.
No, the price will be honored. Yep.
That's all I wanna know. All righty?
Everybody okay with that being on consent? Okay.
Sure.
The second item I have is, we talked about it at the called council meeting, was how we were going to divvy up potentially the SPOS money for 2023 for this 6 years, 2023 to 2029. In the first one that we talked about last council meeting, we had $1 million to public safety, $1 million to parks, $1 million to water sewer, and 1.4 to transportation. Danny's kind of gone through it based on all of our feedback and split that a little differently, where the lion's share is going to go to transportation, 58%, 2.5 million to transportation with 500 to water, sewer, or stormwater, 600 to public safety, and 750 to parks. So this, what I need here is just an okay to allow Danny to move forward with the new percentages that we kind of gave him with the work with Gwinnett County. Does anybody have any questions or input about that changing?
Okay, so this first copy is the old one.
Correct.
Okay.
The original with the $1 million on the top.
Right.
And then the second copy is the revised, based on all of our feedback, to put as much as we possibly could to transportation.
And
Okay, I agree with that 100%.
you have 4.4 million to spend how you see fit. You can put all of it in one. This is just kind of dividing it between the 4 areas. But we do focus on transportation after the KCI report, which you'll see later tonight. So after we met with Andrew and them, and Bill and I talked, There's 2 projects in Gwinnett right now that's within this price range. Now, who knows what 4 years will look like, but, so we can put more or less. This is just a guide for you. Just, if you don't like this, let me know before Thursday so we can change it.
The only question I have, does that leave us okay for Destination Park? You got enough funds to do what we need to do? Because we're taking 300,000, 250,000 out.
Just, sir, I'm scared to guess now because prices are so up. We think we have enough funds, but
Okay, that's all you can do.
as best as the engineers can give me, I think this will give us money to do extra at that park.
Okay. Yeah, transportation, I love it.
Would anybody object to putting this also on consent?
Okay.
Is that okay?
Everybody okay with that?
Great, thank you.
Okay.
And then just in the updates reports, I know everybody has met individually with Danny about the budget. Budget's in process, and Danny, are we presenting that at the June council meeting? Okay, so there'll be, look out for that, and then the final budget numbers and everything to come in. I know you guys are working a lot on that, and I appreciate that, so. Mr. Mayor, that's all I have, thank you.
All righty. Thank you, Chairwoman Hunsinger. We'll move to Public Safety Committee, Chairman Jay Boland.
Thank you, Mayor. This evening I have a LifePak 15 monitor annual maintenance contract in the amount of $4,911.30. It is a budgeted item. I'd like to put that on the consent agenda.
May I just mention something?
Sure.
When I was reading over it, I said, my God, you know, this is almost too good to be true. And they said something about we would be replacing the batteries in all of those units of a cost of $6,500, and the maintenance agreement's $4,900. But when I read the maintenance agreement, it said they would only replace up to 3 batteries. So, just so we know what to expect, is the only thing I'm asking. I know we gotta have it. If you read the little lines,
3 per unit. It means 3 per unit. Unit takes 3 batteries, each unit takes 3. So I believe that's the way Chief Johnson explained it is. Up to 3 per unit.
okay, so they'll still do the 13 units. And just for info,
Well, Skip, it looks like there's only 3 units, which, that's 9 batteries. You're saying 13 units, but I
Well,
only
I
see,
read
I only
that
see
in
3
here.
units, and I was just gonna ask, are these on our fire trucks? Where are these? And
You
these are
might
the
as well come up.
defibrillators.
I was trying to save you.
says we have 13 batteries that will need to be replaced.
So are there backup batteries? Is that why there needs to be 13?
We got an
Okay.
explanation here. I'm
Okay.
How you
glad you
doing,
asked the
everybody?
question.
Each, as said, each monitor handles 3 batteries. We we have 13. This is gonna get us up to par. What we're gonna try to do is, at another time, purchase the remaining 5. We can still function fine with 3 per. It's really 2 per monitor, and a spare is what we're gonna have with 9. We bought extras on a grant. We had a grant before. We had some extras. We rotated a little bit differently. Oops, sorry. We're just gonna change the way we rotate the batteries around now, that's all.
Are they rechargeable, I guess?
They are rechargeable. Yeah, they're $500 a piece.
Yeah.
Straight up. They're not cheap.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about saving people's lives, so I don't think any of us are
Yeah.
questioning that. I'm with Skip, though, and
And-
you see that, so we're getting a bargain if we're going with the service plan.